I'm here in Teagasc Oak Park. I'm with farm manager John Hogan, and we're talking about planting new hedges on tillage farms. So John, have you planted a new hedge?
Yes, Catherine, we planted a new hedge here last March. So we sprayed off the linear length of 1.2 kilometres, we sprayed with glyphosate. First of all, we ploughed a width of about 3 metres wide, and then we cultivated that with a power harrow, got a nice level seedbed and planted directly into that. We had bare root plants and we just planted them in with a spade. We have a low diversity and a high diversity hedge planted here in 50 metre lengths.
Yeah.
So basically what I have in the low diversity, we have 6 plants per metre, and that's 5 whitethorn and 1 blackthorn. And in the high diversity one, we have 5 whitethorn, and then we have a mixture of gilder rose, spindle, holly, crabapple interspersed to that hedge. When we planted it, we put a mulch of mushroom mulch on it, a good mulch that is much to keep in the moisture as to try and suppress the weeds. We had a very dry spring, so we irrigated the hedge. We basically used a slurry tanker and converted the pipe at an angle to the tank and just drove down along with the hedge. We got a very good establishment, very few losses. So I think in all honesty that the hedge will suppress all these weeds and blank out any growth that's there at the moment.
Okay.
You'd be hoping that with the biodiversity that we'll have in the hedge and the flora and the fauna, that I think it has to be of benefit eventually,
I'm now here at a 20-year-old hedge in Teagasc Oak Park, and I'm with Michael Hennessy, head of Crops KT. Michael, what's the story with hedges on tillage farms?
Tillage farmers, they've become more aware of all of the hedges, the biodiversity, the habitats that are on their farms, and increasingly they're trying to manage them that little bit better. We could argue they're probably over-managing some of the hedges and they could probably manage them that little bit better, but in general they want to try and do a better job.
Hedges and the grassy margins on a tillage farm, they can act like corridors for nature through the farm and live alongside the tillage crops.
Perfectly good for doing it, but they're going to enhance the biodiversity on their farm.